Good evening, everyone. Once again, I welcome you all for this 3-day national level virtual research development program on advanced research methodology and statistical analysis for social science, organized by Department of Commerce SF, Virudhunagar, Hindunadar, Sendikumar Nadar College, Virudhunagar. We hope you had some useful session for the past 2 days, and the same can be expected in today's session also. Here, our resource person, Dr. T. Vijaykumar sir, is waiting to make the session more resourceful. And so, without any delay, let me hand over the session to the resource person. Sir, please.
Thank you, ma'am. Thank you. Thank you. So, good evening, one and all present here. Time is very limit. We straightly go to our sessions. Yeah, the first one. யாரோ ஸ்பீக்கர் ஆன் பண்ணிருக்காங்க. The first one, yes. The first one, yesterday, two of the participants are asked about how to use, when to use the test and what type of variables we can use for statistical analysis and all they have asked. So I have prepared some, I have prepared for that. What are all the tests are available, what type of variables we are going to use, or the purpose of the purpose of using that particular variable and purpose of using the particular test. I have a PDF here, and it's a self-explanatory also. And if you're go through that means you can able to understand. And here I am also showing that one table. This table shows that statistical analysis. That means that what test we are going to use and what are the independent variable, whether it is the what type of independent variable, whether it's a categorical or dichotomous yes, or dichotomous or categorical. So dependent variable also types of data, whether it's a categorical data or continuous data. So everything is given in the short, in the table format. So anybody can go through that. You can able to easily understand. It's a very short and sweet table, but which test can be used and what type of variable can be used in this test, and what will be the output and what will be the answer we will get from that analysis. So if everything is shown in this table. So dear participants, please go through that. I hope that I have answered your question. Everything is there. You just go through, you can able to understand. Okay. So this is my first part. And second one, and one of the participants is also asked about the Cron alpha test. How to conduct the Cron alpha test? This is the question asked by one of the participants in yesterday's presentation. I can explain with an examples. Actually, Cron alpha test, in the first day session, ma'am already talked about or discussed about the Cron alpha test, why we are using Cron punch alpha test, what is our need for using the Cron punch alpha test. Actually, this is a reliability measurement or validity checking. Validity checking means we are checking our variables. So we are checking our statement, whether the statement is good, whether the statement is correct or not. For the purpose only, we used to check the Cron punch alpha test before going for data collections. After pilot study, we used to go for Cron punch alpha test. Once the Cron punch alpha test result is good, we will continue the statement or continue the variable. Otherwise, we have to omit the variable from the questionnaire, and we have to insert the other variable, or we have to omit the particular variable. So the Cron punch alpha test will clearly shows that whether the variable is having the high quality, or we can say that whether the variable is having what we can say high reliability or not. So this is that is the purpose why we are using the Cron punch alpha test before we are going to collect the data. I will explain some of the examples. I'm having some examples here. I have a SPSS file, and the data is related to financial literacy among the women's. the financial literacy among the women, and I have some scaling data. You maybe know about that scaling data, isn't it? Interval scale data. Yes, I have some interval scale data. I'm going to check the statement. Nearly, I have inserted nearly 18 to 26 statement I have framed for the purpose of checking the what I can say literacy, financial literacy among the women. I have framed some 25 statements. I'm going to check whether the statements, and I have collected the data from the pilot survey. I'm just going to check whether my variables are having higher validity and reliability. So this is my purpose. So once I will go for the checking of Cron Punch alpha test. The test will give the correct result whether the variables are having good quality or have a strength or not. So this is the way to check the reliability analysis. Go to analyze, go to scale, and here reliability analysis is there, and you just transfer the data. Say for example, transfer your interval scale data. I'm just transferring from item box and go to statistics and give scale if item is deleted and give OK. And sorry, give continue and give OK. And here model is there. We are going to alpha model. There are number of model is there. All those models are discussed in the theoretical part, but we used to do with the alpha model. And split of reliability is also is there. Gutband or reliability is also is there. Parallel is there. Strict parallel is there. But normally in social science research, most of the researcher or the peoples are using the alpha model. And give OK, it produce the result. Yes. Nearly I have given 21 items. I mean the 21 variables to test the or to verify the financial literacy of the women in the particular region. For that purpose, I have framed the 21 questions, or we can say that the 21 variables. I just going to check whether the variables are having enough strength to to get answer from the participant. So that is my purpose. And here the Cron Patch alpha test value is 0.859. This is more than higher. This is more than higher. Actually, the Cron Patch alpha value should be greater than 0.5. If it is greater than 0.6, that means that 67, 80, 82, 83, 90 means our statement is having the great strength to get answer from the questions. That's the thing we will get from the Cron Patch alpha test. Here I have given the statement items total statistics. Here you can be able to identify that Cron Patch alpha value in the last column. So every variables are having more than 0.8, isn't it? Every variables are having more than 0.8. So we can conclude that all the variables or all the statement what we have taken for this analysis of financial literacy about a women is valid statement, and it's having enough strength to satisfy the questions or satisfy the get correct answer. So this is the way to conduct the Cron alpha test. And I have given one more WAD file also. Suppose this is I have some other data, and I have conducted the Cron alpha already. And here the Q7 and Q10, this value are having, these variables are having low value. You can look into the table. Look into the column before that last column, 0.247 and last one 0.201. The value is very low here. So suppose the value is very low, sometimes the Cron Punch alpha test also, it itself omitted that particular variable. Otherwise, it shows that some of the variables are having very less value. It will show like that. Otherwise, we will go for which are the variables are having low values. Here, I find out that there are two variables are having very low value. See, in the second column, before that last column, 0.201, 0.20247. So what can I do? I can remove these two question or the two variable from my statement. Question number 7 and question number 10. If I omitted these two statement from my two statement from my questionnaire, the Cron Punch alpha value for other variables will be more. So this is the purpose why we are using the Cron Punch alpha test. So whether the statement is a valid statement, whether it's having enough strength to get answer from the particular problem. So for that purpose only, we used to check the Cronfach alpha test, and the Cronfach alpha test value should be greater than greater than 0.5. Like it may be it may be a 56, 57, 60, above 60, or above 70, or above 80, or above 90, but it should not be more than 1. Okay, so the value should be lies between 0.5 to 1 plus 1. So that is the condition we can check the Cronfach alpha test. I hope you might be understand you might be understand about the what is the purpose for testing. What is the purpose of using the Cronfach alpha test, and how it will be used, and how it will be get the result, and how it will be omit the variables from the particular statement. So I hope you might be understand, isn't it? Any questions? Any questions? Any questions regarding about Cronfach alpha test?
No, sir.
Is it clear?
Yes, sir, absolutely.
Thank you, thank you, thank you, thank you. Then we will go for today's session, correlation. Yeah, correlation. And this is a very popular tool used by the most of the researcher. You can able to find maximum more than 75 number of theses. 75% of theses are having, using the correlation or regression analysis. So yesterday class we have discussed about the mean difference between the variable, and today's class we are going to discuss about the relationship between the variable. The correlation and regression regressions are showing that how the variables, the one variable is related to other variables. So that is the main thing. So correlation, we can simply say that a relationship between the two variables. If you're having more than two variables, we have to go for multiple correlation or multiple regression or multiple regression. If you're having only one variable, you can go for, if you're having only two variable, you can go for correlation analysis. And I have prepared some of the basic things in correlation, and in applications area also you can be able to know that. You maybe know that in marketing field, most of the researchers are using like the marketing managers want to know whether the price reduction has any impact on increasing sales. So here the price is decreased, and what will be the effect on sales, whether it is increased or not. For that purpose also in marketing field, most of the managers are using and in production field, in the production department want to know whether the number of defective items produced has anything to do with the age of the machines. That means that the age of the machinery is more, and what will be the defective product. If the machinery is good or the machinery is the very new one, what will be the defective product? If the age of the machinery is more, what will be the the amount of defective product is greater or less? So this is the question. Production in human resource, in social science, in research also, most of the peoples are using the correlation. And here, before we conducting the correlation analysis, we should know about the correlation values. How the correlation values are taken here. It can be, the correlation value should be lie between -1 to +1. This is the range of correlation from -1 to +1. +1 representing the positive linear correlation. That means that X increases, Y also increases. Suppose if the value is come in the form of 0, it representing there is no linear relationship. That means that X and Y doesn't have any relation. Suppose if the values come, that in the form of -1, it shows that X increases, that X increases, Y maybe decreases. This is called negative correlation. First one is positive correlation, and the middle one is called there is no correlations. So this is the thing we are going to interpret with the help of the result. With the help of the SPSS output, we are going to interpret with the help of these correlation values. Okay. And we are having some assumption also I have given. Everything will be sent by the organizing committee to your reference. You go through that. And applications area also so many I have given. And for this purpose also, we used to frame the hypothesis. We have to frame the null hypothesis and the alternative hypothesis. And the same way, the null hypothesis always shows that there is no significant relationship or significant correlation. Alternative hypothesis shows that there is a significant correlation. And here I have collected the data. This data related to the level of consumption, income, and savings. I'm just going to measure the level of correlation among these variables. Consumption, income, and savings. How the consumption is depending on income, or how the saving is depending on income, like that. How the correlations between these three things. Just I'm going to find out the result. I will show that. I will show how it will be work. Yeah, here I am having data. I am having income data. It is the continuous scale, so that's why I have given the measurement in the scale. And another I have data of consumption level. That also a continuous scale. That's why I measured with the ratio scale. Then savings, that also a continuous measurement. So that I have given. That's why I have given the measurement scale ratio. And here the data view. You just go analyze, go to correlation, choose bivariate correlation, select all the variables and transfer it to the variable box. And here the option is there. Go options. Here you don't want to click anything. It's a default one. You just give continue. And here we are having a number of options like Carr-Pearson coefficient, Kendall's coefficients, and Spearman correlation coefficient we are having. So if you like to go for Pearson, you just click Pearson. Actually, the default in SPSS, the default one is Pearson. Suppose I want to go for Kendall, you just click the Kendall. Or if you want to go for Spearman rank correlation, you can go for Spearman correlation. So the choice is yours. And click OK. The result will be produced by the SPSS. Yeah, this is the result what we have got. I will explain. Yeah, this is the result. And here it shows that the consumption expenditure and the savings are having close relationship with the income. This is the thing we have. This is the thing we derived from that output. Here we can able to identify that 0.875. 0.875. I have already said that the correlation value is closer to 1. The correlation value always lie between -1 to +1. And here the value is 0.875. It implies that it's closer to 1, and it shows that there is a positive relationship between consumption expenditure and income. If income increases, our consumption expenditures also increases. It shows that. It shows like that. And here we are having the sig value also. Here the sig value is 0.001, significant values, and it is less than 0.05. So we can highly, there is a strong relationship between consumption expenditure and the income. We can make an interpret like that, and we can conclude that the null hypothesis is null hypothesis is rejected and alternative hypothesis is accepted. That means that there is a significant relationship between income and consumption expenditure. And if you are going to the another one, savings, in savings also it shows that the value is 0.708. It also closer to +1. That means that correlation value +1. So here also we can say that saving also having a close relationship with the income. And the sig value is 0.02 and it is less than 0.05. So we are accepting the alternative hypothesis and rejecting the what we can say null hypothesis. And this is for income, and this is for consumption expenditure also having. If you are taking for consumption expenditure, it also having the close relationship with income and the savings. And third one, if you are taking for saving, the savings also having the close relationship between consumption and consumption expenditure and the income. Every results are closer to 1. So we can conclude that there is a high positive correlation among income, consumption expenditure, and savings. So this is the interpretation or the result we can derive from that. Any doubt from that questions? I mean, any doubt from this analysis, ma'am? Correlation?
No doubt, sir.
Thank you, thank you. And one more correlation, another type of correlation is that partial correlation. Partial correlation, some of the researchers may not be known about the partial correlation, the worth of the partial correlation. Actually, in many places, I mean that the partial correlation may be applied, but most of the researcher doesn't know about why we are using the partial correlation and how we use the correlation. That's a problem among the researcher, in what place and what situation we are going to apply, or we are not able to apply the partial correlation. Just I'm going to say the positive correlation, partial correlations also. And here I'm having income and consumption expenditure and savings. I'm taking three variables, isn't it? Suppose I'm going to keep saving as a constant, and I'm going to run income and expenditure. I will show that. Wait a minute. Go to analyze. Correlation. Here partial correlation. Here I'm going to transfer the two variable, income and consumption expenditure. And here I'm giving savings as a control variable. Here control means saving will not influence the consumption expenditure. Saving will not influence the consumption expenditure. I have controlled that variable. Okay. And just give okay. You can able to identify that. That here, yes. Yeah, you can able to here the output result shows that the control variable is savings and the other variables are income and consumption expenditure, isn't it? In the last table, you can identify that. Yes. Yes. In the last table, you can able to identify that the consumption expenditure correlation value is 0.875. 0.875. But here the consumption expenditure value, expenditure value is 0.748 only. That means that if you are controlling the saving variable as a controlled variable, there is a changes of correlation, or we can say that there is a changes of values in income and consumption expenditures. So it shows like that only. It shows like that. So we can use the partial correlation in some of the places, like I will explain. Suppose in production process, we are using both machinery power and manpower to produce the product. So we are having the data about the productivity of the goods. I mean total productivity of the goods, and we are having the manpower and we are having the machinery power. If you are doing the correlation, means there is a relationship between among the variables, means you can get the result. Suppose I want to control manpower, I am going to control that, and only the production level and the machinery level, the relationship if I'm doing, means the result will be different. Or I will go for controlling the variable of machinery, and I mean that manpower is, I am going to give the correlation between the production and the what I'm saying. Yes. Savings, manpower. It will produce the another result. So with the help of that result, the entrepreneur can able to identify which power will be more useful for producing the commodity. Whether the machinery power will produce the more, produce the more output, or if you are using the manpower, we will produce the more output, or if you have combined the two things with the production level, what will be the output? So in managing, in entrepreneur can able to make a decision, or the managerial economist can able to make a decision. So which one is good and which one is bad, and what proportion we can be able to use this manpower and machinery power to increase the production level. So in this way, the partial correlation is more effective. So that's why I am just explained about the partial correlation in our for our participants. Any doubt?
Sir,
Ah.
sir,
What is the hypothesis for this partial correlation, sir? Whether
Good
it is differ
question.
from correlation
Yes,
and
ma'am. Yes, ma'am. Yes, ma'am. For that purpose, we have to frame another hypothesis, ma'am. Suppose other same thing only. Normally, we used to frame there is no significant relationship between income and expenditure.
yes, sir.
Here and at the same time, and என்ன பண்ணிருந்தோம் பாத்தீங்கன்னா ஃபர்ஸ்ட்ல வந்து there is no relationship between income, expenditure and savings. அப்படி கொடுத்திருந்தோம்
Savings.
first time கொடுத்திருந்தோம்.
Yes, sir.
Here the I mean hypothesis will be different. Here we have to make a hypothesis like I will show that.
Okay, sir.
Sorry, this is not included here. But we have to make a hypothesis in different way, ma'am. If you are applying the partial correlation, we can make it as there is no significant relationship between what we can say income and expenditure, and the controlling variable is I mean in a savings. So what variable you are going to control, that variable should be mentioned in your null hypothesis and already hypothesis. Simple,
Okay.
ma'am.
Okay, sir. Thank you. Thank you, sir.
Okay, ma'am. Okay, ma'am. Any other question regarding about this correlation and partial correlation?
No, sir. Clear.
Clear.
Yes, sir. Thank you.
Thank you. Thank you, sir. So we will go to the another topic, regression. Yeah, multiple regression.
So,
Yes, ma'am.
so like you mentioned for the partial correlation that we go with the one variable being constant and other two being running. In the
Yes, sir.
same way, so for the multiple correlation, we go with the two or more constant, or is it something different?
We can do it, ma'am. If you are going for multiple correlation, you can keep it as to more than one variable as a constant or controlling variable.
Okay.
Is it possible only, ma'am? For understanding purpose, I have taken only one variable as a controlling variable.
Okay,
If
sir.
the more than one variable is affecting the particular problem, you can keep it as a controlling variable. No problem.
Okay, sir. Thank you, sir.
Okay, ma'am. Then another one, multiple regression. Yeah, if you're having more than two variables, we have to go for multiple regression analysis. Simple linear regression analysis is also there. Multiple linear regression analysis is also there. I'm going to discuss about the multiple regression analysis. And I want to tell the one more important point in correlation and regression. Before calculating or before applying the test of correlation and regression, we should be very careful what variable we are going to correlate. Whether the variables are having any meaningful relationship or not. First, we should be identified. Then only the result will be the good one. Or otherwise, the result will be the good one. You can't make a meaningful interpretation. So this is a basic condition before you choosing multiple regression or correlation, whether the variables are having any meaningful relationship is there or not. First, you have to check it out. After that only you have taken the variable and use for correlation analysis or regression analysis. So many people are using, so many scholars are using not related variable into correlation, and it will produce the good result. But if you are writing the interpretation, you can't able to make a good interpretation because there is no relationship between the particular variable. But if you are giving the data like that, means it will produce the good result, but we can't able to get the meaningful interpretation from that. So we should be very careful. So whether the variables are having the relationship or not, first we should be identified. I have one story also. Actually, one person have a Ford car, and he used to go for work in early morning, in the morning of 9 o'clock. So before going to his office, he used to take ice cream in an ice cream parlor. One day he made a complaint in a Ford company, and he said that in the complaint he said that whenever I taking vanilla ice cream, your Ford car will start immediately. If I'm try to start the car, immediately it started. Suppose if I'm having the ice cream of a strawberry, your Ford car will not be started immediately. I have to try more than 3 times, 4 times. Then only the car will be started. This is the complaint made by the particular car owner in Ford company. And he want to try out that there is a significant relation. There is a relationship between ice cream, vanilla ice cream, and the strawberry ice cream, and the level of starting the car. Actually, this is the meaningless relationship. That means that that's a problem. That's the problem. Most of the researchers are correlating the variable. Correlating the variable without knowing the meanings. Without knowing the meaning, they are correlating the variable. That's a problem. So we should be very careful before using the correlation and the regression. We should be very careful about this variable. And here multiple regression, I have given what is multiple regression and their equation. Yes. Oh. Yeah. I have given the using of multiple regression also, and it's have some assumption also I have given. Yes, assumption also given, applications area also given. In most of the researcher used to use this multiple regression analysis. You can able to identify the number of theses. All the theses, the scholars are using multiple regression analysis. That's why I have taken for this discussion. And before applying the multiple regression equation, we have to keep it in mind what type of dependent variable we are having and what type of independent variable we are having. In some of the regression equation, you may be identified the independent variable may be 7, 8, 9, 10. In some of the thesis, they may be included 16 variable as a independent variable. But we should be very careful that at the time of applying the regression analysis, we should be very careful. The independent variable should be the limited one. It may be 4 or 5 or 6. The maximum amount is 6. If you are including more independent variable in your equation, automatically what problem will become means heterogeneity problem, multicollinearity problem, autocorrelation problem will be arise. So that's a problem in the multiple regression equations. But most of the researchers unknowingly they included more variable in the independent equations.
Yashodhan sir, just mute your mic, sir. Yashodhan sir, please mute your mic, sir. Yashodhan, please mute your mic, sir.
Yeah, clear. Yeah, that's a problem in multiple regression. The independent variable should be the minimum one. In most of the researcher used to take more than 8 variables, 9 variables. In some of the thesis, I can able to find out that 16 variables also taken by the research scholars and included as a independent variable. If you are including or if you are increasing the independent variable more than 6 or 7 related to the particular problem, what will be happen means automatically the autocorrelation, multicollinearity, and heterogeneity problem will be arises. Once if it is arises means we have to clear the multicollinearity problem, autocorrelation problem, and heterogeneity problem. So these are all the based upon the econometrics technique. These are all based upon the econometrics technique. But still in SPSS, we are having test to test the multicollinearity and autocorrelation and heterogeneity problem. Anyway, it is the best advice. Please don't include more independent variable in the particular analysis. You just try to minimize.
Sorry to interrupt. Can I ask one question?
Yes, sir.
Yeah, if we have multiple independent variables, do you have any methodology or any other technique we need to adapt? Analysis method? Or we should not have, we should not have.
Very good question. Super question, sir. Really good, sir. Actually, if you're having number of variables, you just go for factor analysis first. I will explain. Suppose if you're having more than 15 variables, and all the 15 variables are having independence. and it depends upon some other things in your analysis. But in multiple regression, you can't able to apply the 15 variables as a independent variable. That's a problem, is it? Then what we have to do means you just go for factor analysis. You just go for factor analysis. The next session will be the factor analysis actually. Go for factor analysis. The factor analysis, what it will be do means it compressed or it correlated the factor or it reduced the factor from 15 to some 3 or 4 or 5. It will make 15 factor into some 4 factor or 5 factors. So from that 5 factors, you can take it as a independent. That 5 factors, you can take it as an independent variable. So in this way, you can be able to reduce the independent variable for your analysis without deleting any independent variable. That's a problem. That's a answer, sir. And I will explain very clearly at the time of doing factor analysis. Okay, sir.
Okay, thank you, sir. One basic doubt, like instead of SPSS, actually, I am working in an organization as a quality manager.
Okay,
so I'm using Minitab, being a Six Sigma green belt. So
Okay,
is it
sir.
okay to do multi-regression analysis through Minitab also, or SPSS only have to follow as a research scholar?
Sorry, sir. I don't have any knowledge about the technical problems. Sorry.
Okay.
So
So
sorry.
Minitab is one of the package what we are
Okay.
using. I mean, where we can plot all the regression analysis, everything will be there in that. It will be used
Okay,
in
sir.
the Six Sigma projects and other areas in the organization.
Okay,
So
sir.
just a query. Maybe I will get it clarified later. No issues. Okay.
Okay, sir. Sorry,
Thank
sir. No
No issues.
technical knowledge, sir.
No
Sorry.
issue.
Thank you.
Can proceed.
And here I have some variables like my dependent variable is monthly salary. So what I'm trying to find out is an educational institution want to build a regression model to decide the salary structures of the teachers. So actually we know that in every institution, the salary is based upon number of things carried out by the particular persons, isn't it? So in educational institution, how the salary structure is fixed. That particular educational institution wants to build a model. So for that purpose, I have collected experience in years. That means that the experience of the teachers in years, a number of books published by the teachers, a number of journals published by the teacher, and additional qualification availed by the teachers. So these are all the independent variable depends upon the salary. So that's why I have taken monthly salary as the independent variable, dependent variable, and all other variables are independent variables. All other variables are independent variables. Your salary will be depends upon years of experience. Your salary will be depends upon number of books published, or you can say that in in industrial process, what we can say. In industrial, what type of technical knowledge acquired by the particular person, you can include it as an independent variable. And here I have taken the monthly salary depends upon number of journals published. So these are all the independent variable. Why I have taken means if the teachers are very good in these items, definitely the salary of the particular teacher will be increases, isn't it? So I'm going to check with the help of the dependent and independent variable, and I have collected data nearly 15. For example purpose, I have collected only 15, and let me do it in SPSS. Sorry. Sorry, I don't have a file regarding about that one. So anyway, I will, I just copy and paste. And here, the first one is the dependent variable like salary. And second one is experience of the teacher. And book published. And fourth one, journal. one, yeah, training program attended by the training program. And last one, other qualification. So all the variables are in ratio scale. Sorry, continuous series. That's why I measured the continuous series in ratio scale. So clear? I have given. I'm
Okay,
just
sir.
going to analyze regression. I'm going to give the linear regression. And here, what is the variable? Dependent variable here. Salary is the dependent variable. And what are all the independent variable here? Experience, book, journal, training, and others. You just select it and transfer into the independent variable box. And here we are having number of methods are available. Stepwise method, remove method, backward method, forward method. Normally, the researcher will follow the enter method, or otherwise the stepwise method. Okay, we will follow the enter method, then go to statistics option. And here you want to diagnose the collinearity, whether the independent variables are having any collinearity or not. If variables are having collinearity, we should remove the particular variable from the analysis. So that's the problem here. So we have to check the collinearity test also. And here you are having Durbin-Weston test. That means the DW test. This is a test checking for autocorrelation. So you just click that also and give continue. And options, no need to give options, save. No need to do anything. Here some of the models are there, Macaulay-based models are there, or distance. These are all a little bit higher, a little bit high level studies. Okay, and give okay. The SPSS will produce the result. Here we are having the model summary. Normally in regression, we used to look into the first thing is R square value and R bar square value, or we can say that adjusted R square value. The R square value should be greater than 0.5. Here we have got 0.944. So actually this is a very good, the very good value we have got from that equations. So R square value shows that 0.944. Adjusted R square value, it shows that 0.914. Both are having close relationship. There is no more difference between the R square value and adjusted R square value. So we will go for another step to test whether the equations are good or not. For that purpose, the ANOVA result also produced by the SPSS output. Here, the ANOVA result also shows that 0.000. Significant. That means that the variables are having a significant relationship. And we will go for the main thing. Here, the coefficient statistics, it only shows you how the independent variables are depending on, or how the salary, how the dependent variables are, how the salaries are depending on various number of independent variables. Here, we have got the value like experience are having 0.07. It shows that at 10% of level, 10% of significance level, we can accept that there is a close relationship between if experience and salary. If experience is increasing, salary is also increasing. And here, last other qualification had by the particular teacher or particular person. Here, the other qualification he acquired is increasing. The salary will be also increasing. I will explain with the help of the interpretation also. And here, the collinearity statistics. The collinearity statistics should not be more than 10. Here, the collinearity VIF value. I will tell that VIF value 63722. So it says that it shows that it's having less collinearity. If the collinearity value is 10, 11, 13, 14 means the variables are having high collinearity. We should remove the collinearity. We should remove the particular variable which is having more collinearity. If it is less than 10, we can accept that all the variables are having no problems. So this is the collinearity diagnosed. This is the table.
Sir, one doubt. If you are telling 12, 13 and all, That means whichever data you have collected is wrong, or dependent variable, independent variable have a less interaction with the,
Actually,
independent
sir,
variable.
yes, sir, you are correct question, sir. Actually, independent variables should not be correlated with each other. So that's the problem. If you are taking price of the commodity and price of the substitute goods at the independent variable, definitely the price of the substitute good will influence the price of the commodity.
Okay.
So don't take a close relationship variable as a independent variable. If you are taking the close relationship variable, automatically that particular problem will arise. So this is the way we can identify how the variables are having the relationship. I mean that whether it's having any multicollinearity problem or not.
You mean to say the independent variable, we need to select very cautiously all the independent
Yes,
variables
yes,
should
sir,
be a
yes, sir.
different one, not
Yes,
closer
sir,
to
yes,
that.
sir,
Okay.
yes, sir, not closer. I mean the independent variables should not have any relationship. What are the independent variables you have taken, you should not be have any relationship with each other. That's a problem here. If you are taking like that, means automatically multicollinearity will be arises.
But in this output, you are telling it is less only. We are
Yeah,
okay.
yeah.
No,
For checking purpose, here the collinearity statistics output is given now. I am just show you that 6.637.2. Actually, the collinearity statistics value is more than 10. 10 and more means the variables are having for collinearity. Suppose if we're taking, for example, in our example, the journal published is having high collinearity. I mean that more value compared to other things. More value compared to other things. So if I'm willing means I can omit this variable from my independent variables. I can omit this variable from my independent variable. If it is if it is come under the category of 10 or more than 10 means I can delete the independent variable from the equations. That's a simple way we can identify which variables are having collinearity or not. So that purpose only we used to check the collinearity statistics also. And one more also we have did now. That one is autocorrelation. I think autocorrelation is not come. Okay, leave that. Autocorrelation should not be. Autocorrelation is also having some important value. If it is not greater than 2, if it is greater than 2, there is a that implies that it having the autocorrelation among the variable, and we can able to identify that which variables are having high autocorrelation. You just remove the particular variable from your equations. I will explain with theoretical how we can interpret that. Yeah, this is the way we interpret the ANOVA table, and this is the main table how we are going to interpret. Let's see that here the interpretation. So it is clear from the regression output. It shows that the coefficient 1.523 indicate the variable X5 project significantly influence the variable Y monthly salary. Here the project. In my example, the project completed only 0.026. So this is the variable more significantly influence the salary at 5% level of significance. At 10% level of significance, experience is also influencing the salary, dependent variable salary. All other variables are not influencing. Only these two variables are having more influence on dependent variable. So that is the interpretation I have drawn and I have written also. You just go through that. And the variance, influence, and factor. That means that multicollinearity. The impact of multicollinearity also we have checked. It is equal to 1 if the value of inflation factor that exceed 10 are often regarded as indicating multicollinearity. So we all got the value less than 10. So we can assure that our independent variables doesn't have the problem of multicollinearity. So we can take the independent variable as a good variable to explain the dependent variable. So this is the way we used to conduct the multicollinearity, sir. And at the same time, we can be able to draw the histogram also. I forgot to do that. I will explain again histogram. Yeah. I can able to draw the histogram for my data, whether whether the variables are normally distributed or not. If you want to check that, means you can also check it that with the help of histogram data. And here is a scattered plot how the independent variables are closer to the dependent variable. It shows that the dependent variables start from here to here, and these are all the independent variable, and it is also very closer to each one. If it is very closer, means there is a good correlation or good correlation between the variables. If it is far away from the line, these are all the things are far away from the dependent variables. That's why we can say that these are all not not more influencing factors. So this scatter plots also shows the same result. Here also we can able to identify. So this is the way we used to conduct the regression analysis. I have one more example also in this regards. A doctor want to build a regression model to measure the changes in weight with respect to changes in height and age of the persons. This is very simple regression model. I have not included more independent variable. I have just included only 2 independent variable. Here weight is the dependent variable and height and age is the independent variable. What I did the same thing, analyze, regression, the same thing, analyze, regression, go for linear regression, and here the dependent variable, which one is weight is the dependent variable and height and age is the independent variable. And if you are applying means you will get the result like this one. This is the R-squared value result. This is the ANOVA result. And this is the total output result, coefficient result. And here we can able to find out that height is significantly influence the factor of weight. That means that it highly significant at 5% level of significance. And here the age of the person also most influencing factor of weight at 10% level of significance. You can able to identify here the value, sig value is 0.07 and it is less than 0.010. So that's why this value lies less than 0.010, அதாவது 10% level of significance. And here the culinarity also very less. So I am accepting, I mean that I am very confident that the independent variable I have taken for this analysis, no problem. Not at all it have any problem in our equation. So I am having full confidence. So this is the way we used to interpret that. This is the culinarity statistics also index. So that's all. This is a simple way we can apply our variables into regression analysis and find the output from the SPSS and check the multicollinearity and autocorrelation value from the regression analysis.
So if we key in the data, can we get all the inferences and the complete thing from the SPSS output? So whatever you're showing here,
yes, ma'am.
The entire, I mean, what do you say, the inference and summary?
No, sir.
Inferences
no, sir. No, sir. The result, only the results is produced. Here, see here. Only these results are produced by the SPSS output. We have to make inferences. We have to write a summary.
Okay. This final output table will come and we need to write the summary.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Definitely, sir.
Okay. But this histogram chart, scatter diagram, everything will come. Only thing from that, we need to study, analyze, and we have to write the summary.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. It depends upon the study. You have to make inferences. Okay. Any doubt regarding about the regression analysis applications?
So this is in continuation with what the other professor asked, sir. Sir, am I audible?
Yes, ma'am. Yes, ma'am.
Sir, the inferences we have to make, you said, no, sir? So yes, we are beginners in SPSS. So based on whatever you have taken and we feed the data and for writing the inferences, we need some supportive document like a book or something which we can refer each time and write. Is it so?
Yes, ma'am. Better you don't refer the book, go for articles.
Yes,
article will tell everything. Even guide will not be able to say everything, but the article will say everything. How in article you can able to identify the variables. In article you can able to identify the hypothesis. In article you can able to identify the objectives and what type of tools they have used and how they interpreted the tools in the particular articles. Everything you can get it from the article. Please don't go for book and other side. Select your topic and collect your article related to your topic, and every article should not be a descriptive one. Every article should be a application oriented. That means at least some basic tools must be used in the particular article. If you collect article like this, like that, and you can make a review, it will be helpful you. It will help you for whole thesis, ma'am. You don't want to depend upon guide, and you don't want to depend upon any other sources. The article will teach you everything to you. The main thing is you have to collect very quality articles. That's a problem from a quality
Okay.
journal.
Okay, sir.
Hmm.
Yeah, thank you, sir.
Thank you.
But some of the theory part, can we refer some guide? Means like if p value is less than 1, what is the inference? If p value is more than 1, this kind of some guidelines or something maybe can be referred, right?
Yeah, that can be referred, sir. That can also shows in articles, sir. No problem.
Okay.
If you're collecting the quality article from like Elsewhere, Springer, some other A grade journal, they will clearly said about whether it is 1% level or 5% level. Everything they are given very good manner. In sometimes if you are not able to find out, means you can go for book, and how we can uh, identify the p value and all, we can go refer the book also, no problem. But article is the most important one. This article is the main guide for our research scholars. Really the guide is
And in SPSS also we have some knowledge session, like in that can we able to throughout. Why I'm telling is I had some experience in this mini tab where I could able to find out for each and every tool they have explained the package itself, they explained. Maybe in SPS I don't know, just I'm asking one question to you.
In SPSS, actually in 10th version, actually we are having now 21st version, 24th version also they have launched. But before that version, like 10th version, 11th version, 12th version, it's having the tutorial package. So with the help of the tutorial package, we can be able to understand which are all the variable, how to interpret this thing. But the latest versions, the tutorial packages are not installed. I mean that not inbuilt in SPSS. That's a problem.
Okay, what is the latest version you are telling?
I think 23 launched by IBM. Now the SPS is taken over by the IBM.
Okay.
So any other question, ma'am?
If I want to purchase as an individual, how much cost it will be? Just for my understanding.
So actually, SPSS package come in the form of different categories, sir. According to your needs, you can able to purchase some packages from SPSS. Suppose in industrial purpose means some of the tests may be used. So you purchase that particular test itself is enough. You don't want to purchase the whole package.
Okay.
Actually, in our college, we have purchased nearly 3 lakhs rupees, sir. Actually, the total cost of the SPSS package is nearly 12,000. We have purchased only for 12 lakhs. We have purchased only for 3 lakhs for our purpose, for research purpose only. We have collected we have selected some of the tests and we bought it, sir.
Suppose if we are applied to the universities, are they allowing us to, use that one, universities kind of thing? We being a research scholar, can we utilize that opportunity in the universities?
Universities also is having, sir. You can get a permission. We are also having, sir. You can also come here. You can make use of our services, sir. We are having 10 users. We have got the rights of 10 users.
Okay.
So no problem. You can make a use of our college SPSS also. We are having 21. 21. Yes, we are having 21 version, sir. 21 version.
Sure. Thank you.
So don't mind, participant. Please 2 minutes break. I will come back after 2 minutes.
participants, our resource person needs 2 minutes break. So, dear participants, once again, it's my duty to remind you the two things. First, we will give you the attendance come feedback link at the end of the session. That is validatory function. So, please be ready with formal passport size photo, which will be printed in your certificate. Okay. Then next, our college already offered consultancy services, that is from questionnaire framing to writing inference for various tools to the young researcher under the Sendi Research Forum. Dear participants, make use of it in future also at minimum cost.
Okay, sir. We will go for the last one, factor analysis. Factor analysis. Yeah. So factor analysis is nothing but is a data reduction technique. Am I audible? Am I
Yes,
audible?
sir.
Yes, sir.
Yes. Actually, factor analysis is a data reduction technique. The things behind the factor analysis is if you are giving the more number of variables. So say for example, I am just going to test the financial literacy of women among the particular region. To test the financial literacy, I have framed nearly 20 statements, and the 20 statements I have checked with Cronpach alpha test also. The Cronpach alpha test value also good. So I have taken the 20 statement as the statement. I'm going to reduce the 20 statement into somewhat. I can't able to use the 20 statement in the particular analysis or some other analysis. Just I want to know that which factors are having more influencing the financial literacy of women's. So this is the purpose. This is just a data reduction technique. If you are giving the 20 statement, actually what the factor analysis is doing means the correlation. Which are all the factors are having highly correlated, it's termed into one particular group. And which are having the lesser correlation, it framed into another group. So basic thing behind the factor analysis is correlation only. With the help of that correlation, which are all the variables are having highly correlated is are grouped by the factor analysis. So sometimes the 20 statement may be grouped into some 5 statements or 5 component. Sometimes it may be 6 component. If you are allowing that freely means it fixed the own component. Otherwise, if you want to limit the component, say for example, from 20 statement, I need only 4 component. We can able to fix it out. So this is the factor analysis. Let me explain one by one. These are some of the theoretical aspects related to factor analysis. Here the factor analysis, we don't want to need of dependent variable. In factor analysis and cluster analysis, we don't the need for dependent variable. If you're having the independent variable, it's enough to run the factor analysis and cluster analysis. Very simple. We don't need a dependent variable for this analysis. All the variable you have taken for this analysis are considered as the independent variable. There is no option in dependent variable in factor analysis and cluster analysis. Okay. So in factor analysis, one more things we have to look it out is V.H.N.S.N value. V.H.N.S.N value should be greater than 1. You just keep it in your mind. V.H.N.S.N value is greater than 1 means it will be the good one. And it having some assumption and applications area also. This is the mathematical applications, how at the time of writing the thesis, at the time of writing your thesis, you should include this one. How the factor analysis is mathematically applied. And here is the example. I will explain. Yes. Here, go to dimension reduction. The first one, factor. Click that one. Here I have framed some 20-25 questions regarding about to test the literacy, to test the financial literacy of women. Financial literacy of women. You just select that. You just select the statement and transfer into the variable box. Go to descriptive. And here you have to click Kmo test. Kmo and Portlet test shows your, the level of data. That here, if you are using the factor analysis, you should have the minimum sample of 200 to 300. If it is 200 to 300, it will be good. If you are having more than 500 samples, means it will be good. It will produce more good result. At least you have to take minimum sample of 200 for this analysis. So the Kmo test result shows your sampling adequacy. It shows your sampling adequacy, whether your samples are adequate for this analysis or not. So this is the first solution. First things we have to note it down. Whether the sample size is not good, the Kmo will not be give the result. That's a problem. If a Kmo give the result, means our sample is having adequacy. That's the purpose we used to click this Kmo test and give continue. And here extraction. Normally the method, there are number of methods are available. Principal component method, unweighted least square, generalized least square. Depending upon the situations, we used to change the method. But normally most of the social science researchers are using the principal component analysis. And here you have to give the scree plot also. And give continue. And go to rotation. The default thing is none, and you have to select Varimax rotation. Here various methods of rotations are available, like Quatrimatrix, Ecomax, Promax. So many methods are available, but Varimax is a good one. Varimax is also one of the method to calculating the factor analysis. You just click the Varimax and give continue. And here is the score. Sir, one of the participants, one of the sir asked about how we can reduce the variable. Sir, can you able to remember that, sir? If you are having number of independent variable, how can I reduce the independent variable? You have asked at the time of regression equation. Sir, are you there, sir? Okay, leave that. Here one more option is there, save as a regression variable. Click that and give continue. And here the option sort by size and suppress small coefficient. That means that sort by size you should be click, and suppress the small coefficient means here 0.10. Actually in factor analysis, more than 0.5 is a good, good, what we can say, good statement or good variable. You can here manipulate that point. We don't want to 0.10. We need a 0.5. It's enough. And give continue, and overall give okay also. Yeah, here we can got the Kmo test value. The Kmo test value should be more than 0.5. That means that, more than 0.5. Here we have got the value of 0.59. It closer to 1. It shows that our sample is having good adequacy. And we are having the sig value also. The sig value also shows that highly significant. So we can go for another things. The main things. Actually, I have given the 33 variables for my for testing the financial literacy of women. The 33 variables converted by the factor analysis into 10 components. Here you can able to identify 10 components. This is the total variance explained. I will explain. The cumulative percentage should be more than 50%. Here we have got the value of 74%. So it implies that the variable what we have taken have the highly correlation among those. So that's why it shows that 74. It should be greater than 50. We have got 74. So the variables, I mean the statement or the variable what we have taken is having highly correlation. And this is the scree plot, leave that. And this is the chart, this is the thing. We should go for, I mean this component matrix we should not take into consideration. We should take into consideration of rotated component matrix. Here, they have clubbed into 10 components. The 33 statement clubbed by the factor analysis into 10 components only, or otherwise say that 10 factors only. The 33 factors clubbed into 10 factors. Here we can able to identify that these 5 factors are having highly close relationship with the financial literacy of women. And these factors are having next stage. And these factors are having next stage. And these factors are having least stage. Likewise, it clubbed into number of component. Can you able to understand that? It clubbed into the statements are clubbed by the factor analysis and it is framed in the component. So these are the 10 component we have got.
Sorry, can you repeat again? I'm not able to catch
Yes,
you.
sir. Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
Because why I'm asking is anything, some of the non-relevant thing it got will be deleted by the system, or how it get clubbed. That
sometimes it will be omitted by the factor analysis. Sometimes if your statement is not correct, not fit in the equations, means automatically the SPSS software will be omitted the equation, and it will also shows that these variables are omitted by this equation, by these factors. It will used to tell that, sir. But here there is no statements are omitted by the factor analysis. The 33 statements, all 33 statements are taken for consideration, and all 33 statements have highly correlated with some of the variables. And the 33 variables are clubbed by the factor analysis into 10 factors. That's the things here we can able to identify. This is the first important factor. This is the second important factor. This is the third, fourth, fifth, like 10th factor. So these are all the least 10 factors. Say for example, spending money before getting it, like to spend money. These are all the least important factor affecting the financial literacy of women, like we can interpret, sir. I will show it. I have given in explanation also. Yes, this is the way. Actually, this is the another test I have taken for this analysis. Here, my cumulative percentage is 65. This is my scree plot. This is my component. Actually, I have given 12 statement for consideration. It clubbed the component what I have derived is only 5. I have given 12 statement. It make a correlation and it is make a, and I mean that it's it became the component of 5. Only 5 components I have derived from the 12 statements. And with the help of that, I have to giving inferences like, here I am having first component like speech therapy, physiotherapy, occupational therapy. This is the first component I have got. I am just mentioning in the first table, and I have to mention the V.H.N.S.N. value also. V.H.N.S.N. value you have get it from here. So here the total, this is the V.H.N.S.N. value for this. The V.H.N.S.N. value for the first component. You just mention the V.H.N.S.N. value and percentage of variance explained by the rotated factor matrix. So I have inserted these two things in here. After that, I have giving importance. I am writing interpretation like factor 1 has higher loading on 0.793 in speech therapy. Actually, this data has taken for the satisfaction autism students. I mean that whether the autism schools providing better facilities to the autism students. These questions were asked to the parents and derived and we have got the result. What type of facility? I mean that are you satisfied with the facilities or not? This is the thing I am going to find out. I tried to find out. I got the result also. And here the higher loading factor is 0.793. That is, it is for speech or language therapy. And second one is physiotherapy. Physical therapy, and third one is occupational therapy. Here also it shows that what we can say, the respondents are highly satisfied with the speech therapy. That's why it's loaded as a heavy loading factor. And at the same time, here the minus value is coming also. We can measure or we can interpret that these values are having negative impact. That means that the parents are not satisfied with the physical therapy and occupational therapy given by the schools to the students. So that's why it's come into the form of negative. So in this way, you have to club all the factors into separate tables and you have to give the interpretation. This is the way to calculate or writing the interpretation for factor analysis. And one more important thing, we have given, actually, this is the thing, which one, regression? Yeah, regression. Actually, we have given, yes, dimension reduction factors, score, save as a variable. We have given the save as a variable as an option, isn't it? You can get it from the, you can I mean that you can see the variable, I may say regression variable here. The factor analysis generate the regression equation, regression variables in your data views. I will explain. Sorry, here I am not, I didn't mention actually. Dimension reduction factors save as a variable regression. Yes. This is the variable generated by the factor analysis in the form of, for the purpose of regression analysis. For the purpose of regression analysis. The 33 statement clubbed into some 6 factors or 6 component. One of the participants asked now how to reduce the independent variable. So for that question, this is the answer. If you're having number of multiple independent variable, you just go for factor analysis and put all the variables in the factor analysis box and run it, and you will get the component. Say for example, here I have got the 6 component from 33 statement clubbed into 6 components, and 6 components values also presented in the table, and these values are generated by the SPSS and it is displayed in the data view at the end of the columns. So these are all the independent variables, and these are all not standard. I mean that these are all not standardized variable. This is unstandardized variable. You can directly use it as these variables are independent variable. So in this way, we can able to reduce the independent variable into minimum level. So this is also a possible way to reduce the variables in equations. After that, we will conduct the regression equation, means you can get a good result. And this is the thing, this is the way to write the interpretation for the factor analysis. I have given 2 examples in this, what we can say in this file. You can refer. It is easily understandable only. You go through that. The interpretation also I have given. The values also I have given. You just go through that. You will get a good. That you will be very familiar about this factor analysis. So with this, I have concluded my session. And if you have any doubt, you can ask regarding about all those things: correlation, regression, partial correlation, factor analysis, and even Cron-Patch alpha test also. Doubt means you can ask.
Excuse me, sir.
Yes, ma'am.
So is VIF the reciprocal of tolerance?
Yes, ma'am. Multicollinearity test.
Yes, sir.
Yes, ma'am.
And this eigenvalue which you had mentioned, is it the same eigen which is there in trace test and maximum eigenvalue in co-integration test?
Correct, ma'am. Yes, ma'am, you are correct. You are absolutely correct, ma'am. It's the value of co-integration only. Eigenvalue should be more than 1, ma'am. That's what we can say. Blindly we can select that. Simply, we can say that eigenvalue should be more than 1.
It should be more than 1, sir?
Yes, ma'am. Yes, ma'am. Yes, ma'am.
Okay, sir.
If the eigenvalue is less than 1 means the variables, I mean the statement what we have taken is not good.
Okay, sir. And this multicollinearity which you had mentioned, it's as one statistician said, it's more a matter of degree rather than of kind. So even if there are 3 independent variables, there might be multicollinearity. So as you said, we should try to reduce the number of independent variables such that the level of multicollinearity is lower. Is it so, sir?
Ma'am, there is 2 chances is there, ma'am. If you are taking the independent variable, that independent, if you are taking some 3 independent variable, that 3 independent variables are having close relationship means multicollinearity problem will be arises. And at the same time, if you are taking number of independent variables, like more than 10 or 15, automatically the multicollinearity problem will be arises. So that's why we should be very careful at the time of taking independent variable. The simple rule is the independent variable should not have any correlation among them. We should take the variable like that. Otherwise, we have to go for a multicollinearity test and we have to remove the particular variable from the analysis. And suppose if you are having number of variables, you just go first factor analysis and go for checking, and it will be reduce the variable into some 3 components or 4 components. So that variable may be used as a independent variable for your regression analysis.
Okay.
If our multiple, independent variable is very less, 1 or 2, directly we can go for the multiple regression, correct?
Yes,
no need
sir,
to
yes,
go
sir.
for a factor
Yes,
analysis.
Sir. Yes, sir. We don't want to go for factor analysis, but that the independent variable should not be correlated. As I have told the example now, price of the product, the demand for the commodity depends upon the price and price of the other substitute goods. Here, the price and the price of the substitute goods are having close relationship. If you are taking the substitute goods as an independent variable, definitely the multicollinearity problem will be arises, because these 2 independent variables are having highly correlation. Whenever the price increases, automatically the nature of the people or the behavior of the people is automatically they will go for purchasing the substitute goods, whether the price of the substitute goods may be the less one. So you should not take same equation price and the price of the substitute goods. So likewise, you have to very clear at the time of taking the independent variable.
Now, suppose I want to see the both independent variables separately, can I do the multiple regression for this particular independent variable separately, and then instead of leaving, that is also possible?
Yeah. Yes, sir, you can do it, sir. Actually, in multiple regression, I will explain, sir. I will explain.
Okay. Because I should not leave that one, right? That's what.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
Hello.
Just a minute, sir. Yeah, multiple regression. We are having this one, sir. We are having options. Actually, we entered the. What the method we have entered is the enter. Here, the stepwise method is there. If you going for stepwise method, it calculate the regression separately for each independent variable. It calculated separately and it produce the result. So at the time you can go for a stepwise method, sir.
Okay, maybe the output and inference will come accordingly. Like I can able to see
definitely, yes, sir.
Whether this will have influence on this and
yes, sir. Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Yes, sir. You can able to identify the separately each and every independent variable.
Okay, thank you.
Thank you, sir.
Hello.
Hello. Tell me, sir.
Yeah. Good evening, sir.
Good evening, sir. Good evening, sir.
Sir, I just wanted to know that for the ACM, that is structural equation model, can we do it from SPSS or AMOS is required for that?
Structural equation model, we need AMOS's help. We need
okay.
sir. AMOS's we need, sir. AMOS's help is very much needful for structural equation modeling, sir.
Okay, sir. Thank you.
Thank you. Any other questions?
Good evening, sir.
Good evening.
The ground patch Albert is a reliability test to test the reliability of the data. Will you please explain the path to analyze the normality of the data, sir? Which path I have to use, sir?
I will explain, ma'am. Go to analyze, scale, reliability test. I am just test this statement. Just click on the transfer into item box. Go to statistics. Here, select scale. If item is deleted, also you should mention here. And if you need some other test, also you can click here. And for normal distribution, here one more options are there. Actually, I forget which option is. Mean covariance, F test result, no, Turkey test directivity. Let me try, ma'am. Actually, normality also we can derive. Let me try, ma'am.
Yes, sir.
Actually, normality curve also we can draw from the Cronpatch alpha test. We can draw, ma'am. But I don't know which one will be the which option will helpful to draw the normality curve. I forget, ma'am. Actually, I know clear about that. But anyway, I will explain through WhatsApp, ma'am, the steps how we can draw the normality options in that Cronpatch alpha test, ma'am.
I know about two ways, sir, but which one is right? I don't know. That's the problem.
So which way you know, ma'am?
Normality.
Statistics.
That is, to know the wait a minute, sir. I will take the reference. Wait.
Excuse me, sir.
Yes, ma'am.
Regarding the factor analysis extraction, there is mention of scree plot.
Yes, ma'am. Scree plot.
Scree plot, is it the same conceptually as scatter plots?
It's just simple graphical representation, ma'am. That's all. Scree plot shows that how much values are having more than one. That means in each in value source. So it's just to show the graphical representation. That's all, ma'am.
And Bartlett's test of sphericity is also for sampling adequacy. Sir?
Yeah, only for sampling adequacy, ma'am. If it is not come under, I mean, if it is not significant or if it is not come in the good value, definitely we have to increase the sample size.
What is the yardstick, sir? How do we know we have to improve the sample size?
Blindly, we can say that, man, if we are running the factor analysis, we should have the minimum sample of 200 to 300. It may be the good one. If you're having more than 300, means it's more good.
Okay.
One of the discussion, he came to know that of the overall population, 10% should be taken, right? That is also one of the.
Yeah, you can take it, sir. There is also a scientific things behind that. At least we have to take minimum of 10% of population. I mean, samples from the total population.
Sir, is 384 is okay for PhD survey, or we need to take more than that?
300 is more than okay, sir. No props.
Okay, thank you, sir.
So 200 to 300 also okay.
Yes, sir. No problem, sir. 200 to 300. It may be 250 also. It's so good only.
Actually, based on equation, we got the 384. So I taken 384 for the survey. That's why.
Okay, sir. That is enough, sir. Enough for doing your research work. More enough. What is your population size?
So it is actually unknown population, but from the equation, I got 384.
So unknown populations. Good. It's enough, sir.
Like millennial study on behavioral.
Sorry, sir. It's not audible. Not
My
clearly
study is
audible.
millennials study on behavioral finance.
Oh, good, sir. Nice topic.
Yeah, thank you, sir.
Thank you.
Sir, just I take the path to analysis the normal analysis, descriptive statistics, and explore.
For normal distribution.
Yes, sir. Is it right, sir?
No, ma'am, you have to check the Cronpach alpha test, and Cronpach also we have the normal distribution options are there. I forget the options actually now. We have to go through the Cronpach alpha test, ma'am.
Okay, thank you, sir.
Good evening, sir.
Yes, ma'am.
Hello.
Yes, ma'am.
I have a question, sir, regarding the max season value. Once we study some of the article of the panel data analysis, we see there is statistics and max season value is there. So the decision criteria will be same. The value should be greater than 1 is accepted, or some different criteria will be applied there.
Ma'am, actually panel data is a combination of cross-sectional and time series analysis data. Am I right, ma'am?
Yes.
Yeah, we should be very careful, ma'am, before applying this panel data. We should be very clear about this panel data. You have to check the collinearity, everything. After that only you have to go for every analysis. The panel data is most important, ma'am, and at the same time it's very high. I mean that what I can say, it have more effect, more powerful. So we have to check first the collinearity problem, everything. For checking purpose, the eView software is more useful for checking the panel data. You should not come to the SPSS. You should go for eView software, man. In eView software, you can check your panel data. Everything should be tested, and after that, you will go for any analysis, ma'am. First, you have to check in eViews.
Actually, I'm trying to using eViews. That's why I asked the question, because too many testing test.
Good, ma'am. SPS compared to SPSS, eView is the correct best software to analyze the time series data and panel data, ma'am. You are going on the right way.
Okay, sir. Thank you, sir.
Thank you. One more question asked by the participants. There is any formula for identifying sample size for unknown population? Yes, sir. There is a scientific technique is there to identify the unknown population. So, I mean, samples taken from the unknown population, but it will take much time to explain. I will give the notes to the organizing committee. They will send it to user. There is a scientific way to collect the data from unknown population also. We are having scientific proof also how to collect the data from unknown population. I will give the materials to the organizer. They will send to you, sir. Thank you.
Thank you, sir. Thank you very much. Dear participants, once again, it's my duty to remind you the two things. That is, first, we will give you the attendance feedback link at the time of validatory function. So please be ready with a formal passport size photo, which will be printed in your certificate. Then our college, V.H.N.S.N.College, under the Sindhi Research Forum, is offering the consultancy services to the buddy researchers from questionnaire planning to till writing inference for various tools. So participants can make use of the opportunity and clarify your doubts regarding research in future also. You may also raise your doubt through WhatsApp group also. Thank you participants for your keen attention, good cooperation and nice interaction. And now it's your time to reveal your feedback. Feedback, please. Your feedback helps us for future programs also.
Thank you, ma'am.
Good evening, ma'am. This is a very informative session. For a beginner also, it was very useful, and the slides sharing was really very good. Like even when we watched through using the mobile also, he showed it very closely so that we are able to follow. And all the doubts were cleared instantly, and it was really informative, ma'am. I would like to attend more sessions on this. Thanks a lot, ma'am. Thanks a lot, and I appreciate the college for organizing such a program. For the research scholars, even, and for the guides also, I think it is very, very useful. As far as I am concerned, it is very useful. So thanks a lot, ma'am.
Thank you. Thank you.
Thank you, ma'am.
Good evening, sir. I am Bala Saraswati from Triple B College.
Ma'am, good
Sir,
evening. Good evening.
it is very, very informative. We gained a lot regarding the statistics, especially the SPSS packages,
Thank you, ma'am.
statistical tool. Then and there you have cleared the doubt. As a PhD scholars, it is very useful for me. Thank you very much for your excellent presentation as well as clarifications. Then and there, the participants asked.
Thank you, ma'am. Thank you, ma'am. Thank you, ma'am.
Thank you
so
very
much.
much. Thank you for the organizers for organizing such wonderful program. Thank you.
Good evening. Good evening, sir.
Sir, this is Ramesh Mehta from Pune. The
Sir,
sessions were very informative, knowledgeable, and a lot of insights.
Thank you, sir.
And really, this will be helpful in our future research work also. And we are looking forward for sessions of this kind on time series analysis, structural equation modeling, and advanced multi regression like panel data regression, dynamic, all that stuff. So if you can arrange all the aspects, it will be very helpful to go into the next stage of our research. Thank you so much.
Definitely, sir. In future, we will make it possible, sir.
Thank you, sir. Thank you, sir.
Thank you. Thank you, sir. Thank you so much.
Hello, sir.
Good evening, sir. Really excellent session.
Yeah, please.
Simple way of explanation with a clear cut with examples to make us to enrich our knowledge in this field of research. Really excellent, sir. Kindly arrange an offline workshop, SPSS workshop, sir.
Definitely, ma'am. We also very much
Actually,
like
this was an this was actually an offline workshop. We tried to conduct it, but due to the situation which was really prevalent in Virudhunagar, we was not able to arrange. We were not able to arrange it. But sure, we are hoping to arrange an offline session in the future with all this SER model and AMOS. As Sir told, we'll be going for advanced statistical tools.
Hello, good evening. This is Maragadamuthu. I am quite different from the other people. Like I am not in the teaching line. I've been working in the industry for close to 23 years in one of the organizations in Chennai. Very nice to participate in the sessions. All the trainers were explained very clearly and with all the lot of examples. And one input or maybe the improvement point I can say here is, can you give some homework kind of thing? Like you can give some, maybe at the end of the session, we'll work on it. We are very much eager to work on the sessions. And next day we will present on only a few samples you can see. And that will be add more responsible for us. That is one of the input I am giving from my side.
So actually, we thought of getting a questionnaire beforehand and giving a clear explanation on the statistical tools to be applied for you. And really, we had a homework for you to present it in before in front of the research scholars.
But not tough, madam. Please make it very simple and not tough.
not so much tough, sir. So we like to share your inputs to other researchers also. So the same doubts may be arise for many researchers. So that is what we would like to do. Maybe if you are interested, we'll go for an offline session in the next semester.
Okay, and one more a few improvements like then and there, if you publish that materials, it will be very useful for us to refer on the same day itself to refresh again. So that is getting delayed, maybe 1 or 2 days. Please.
No, sir. Actually, to be frank with you, we are writing a book on research methodology, and it is in the final stage of being printed. Nearly January 2022, you can expect a book, Advanced Research Methodology in Social Science Researchers, with a very minimum cost, sir. I think the cost of book will be 300, and it is published by Sultan Chand Publishers from New Delhi. So you can get the book in the market itself. So all the things which have been given as an example today here is presented in our book, Research Methodology. But anyway, we'll give you the materials.
Okay. So on the same day, it will be very useful for us. So just we had to follow up a little more
Yeah, sure,
this
sir.
time.
We'll give you some examples. Really.
And with the nominal cost, the training has been provided. That is also a hats off to the team. Thanks,
Thank you, sir.
the college
Actually,
team
we have
members.
to congratulate the Department of Commerce, yes, sir, for conducting such a wonderful programs in the regular stream. Actually, they conducted a program on effective research writing proposals, and this was a training program on SPSS. They are going in for accounting standards concepts also. And nearly it will be conducted in March. So, really innovative topic taken by Department of Commerce, yes, sir, for the head of the department, Selvanathan, sir, with the concurrence of the SF Director, Palaniappan, sir. So, they are doing a well organized, a very well organized manner. And we are doing consultancy service also, sir. You can contact us at any time for your application of tools and your questionnaire model or anything related to research.
Sure, definitely I will keep in touch with you because I'm in second year of my research in lean manufacturing I am doing. With my guide is Mr. P. Tilerajan. He only referred this training. Immediately attended. Yeah, thank you for that.
Thank you so much, sir.
Sir, thank you for your presence, sir. Maragumuthu, sir, thank you for your presence.
Thank you. Definitely, I will meet all you people at your college. I am very much eager to meet you.
Thank you, sir.
Yes,
Welcome, sir. Welcome, sir. Always welcome,
we're
sir.
surely going to for offline classes, sir, and we have a good schedule to how to conduct it in offline, and we are waiting. We are expecting for the day to come.
Yeah, thank you.
Thank you, sir.
Good evening to all. I am Sivagami Research Scholar from Parashati College for Women, Kuchalam. Very informative session, sir. I think this is my fourth program. Already, I have already attended 3 programs conducted by same organization committee. And thank you so much. Each and every time they prepare very well different topic, related to the research or analysis or literature review. So thank you so much for this wonderful opportunity to learn something more and more. And thank you so much to entire team. Thank you.
Thank you, ma'am.
Thank you, ma'am.
Good evening, sir.
Good evening.
Good evening, sir.
Just
Good
to
evening,
add to
sir.
what others have built, the faculty have built up the concepts right from the base to the higher level. The other aspects remain the same, like it is very informative and very enriching intellectually, and it's at a very cost effective price. So I'm very thankful to the organizers and the faculty for having given this opportunity. It's really wonderful learning experience for the students as well as the researchers and faculty.
Thank you, ma'am.
Thank you, Lavinia.
Thank you, ma'am.
Good evening, sir.
Good evening. Good evening.
Good evening, madam.
Good evening, sir.
The 3-day program was very useful and it is very informative for a beginner like me. And I would like to have a contact in future also.
Sure, sir.
In terms of research. Can you please share the notes for this 3 days program, madam?
Yeah, already the first day notes are shared with you, sir. The second day notes and third day notes will be shared today, sir, or today or tomorrow. And you'll be within the certificate distribution. You'll be share. We'll share all the notes, sir. And once again, I say all the examples which has been mentioned here will come out in a book, and you can have a book so that it will be really useful for you for the budding researchers.
Where I can get the book details, madam?
So actually, actually this is going to be published in January 2022. We will have the group with us, sir. Please don't leave out this group. You can when the book is published, we'll give you a detailed note of it. You can even get it from our college itself, sir.
In terms of doubt regarding the research, can I contact you, madam?
Yeah, sure. Definitely you can contact, sir. You can even come to our college. So here we are having a spaces really. He is doing a number of consultancy services also, even for not only for social sciences, for science students also, science researchers also. He is doing a number of services. So you can feel free to come and contact us.
Any program regarding SPSS training in future, madam?
Yeah, sure, sir.
Training about it.
Sure, of course. We like to have conduct a program, a 1 week or 10 days course, sir. With the concurrence of the principal, we will message you, sir, at what time and when we are going to conduct.
I would like to ask that it should be in offline.
Yeah, of course, if it is an offline, you'll be gaining more than the online course.
Thank you, madam.
Thank you, sir.
Thank you, sir.
Thank you so much.
Thank you, sir. Thank you, sir.
Yes, I'd like the organizers to please proceed further with the validatory function.
Now validatory.
Ma'am, I also want to take the opportunity to
Yeah.
speak.
Yes, ma'am. Yes, ma'am.
Yeah.
Yes, ma'am.
Good evening, ma'am and
Very
sir.
good
It was
evening.
wonderful to be part of this. Both the resource persons are very insightful and the session was very informative and looking forward to join more such sessions. Um, please share this flowchart you mentioned and the glossary you presented at the outset of the this session particularly. And I wanted Lakshmi ma'am just give the insight of the meta analysis. I was
Yes. Why?
yeah.
I thought of giving you a detailed, that is notes, sir. So I'm taking time to prepare for you and give it.
Okay, okay. We'll look for the same. Thank you so much for this
Definitely.
session. And it was really insightful and captivating to be part of this. Thank you from heart. Thank you.
Thank you so much, ma'am.
Thank you, ma'am. Thank you, ma'am.
Thank you, ma'am.
Yes, organizers, please
Yes,
proceed
yes,
further.
ma'am. Yes, ma'am. Now it's a time for validatory function. Now I invite our self-finance program coordinator, sir, Dr. R. Palnepan, sir, to address the gathering. Sir, please.
Yeah, thank you. Respected and beloved principal of our institution, Dr. P. Sundarabandyan, in his absence, I am here to address the participants. Really, from the feedback I am hearing for the past 15 to 20 minutes, lots and lots of appreciation to the Department of Commerce SF pouring in. Really, I'm really happy, really joyous over the inputs that have been given by the participants. All credit goes to both the faculty members of our college, Dr. S. Muthulakshmi ma'am and Dr. T. Vijay Kumar. Wholehearted thanks to both of you for to have
Thank you, sir.
given
Thank you, sir.
participants
Thank you, sir.
a remarkable note of what they have to do in their research. Not only students, not only faculty, we have also participants from industry side. That type of reach VHNSN is being providing, and the Department of Commerce SF is extending its tentacles to fetch the audience with what they need in the current scenario or in the current way by which they have to complete the research successfully. With these effective tools, research has been made more viable. Research has been made more simpler. When we know these tools, the effective way by which it has to be used, research becomes more advanced. Research becomes more easy. The previous days, research has to be tabulated, taken to some other way of doing calculations and other things. Now, the calculations and other details have been explained by Dr. Vijay Kumar and Dr. S. Muthulakshmi should have captivated the audience to make research more easy. That's the mechanism that we are following and spreading to the reach of audience. VHNSNC has been pioneering in these efforts. The ultimate responsibility or the person behind it, I should quote our beloved principal, Dr. P. Sundarabandyan, has been motivating us to go ahead with all types of academic pursuits, to go ahead with whatever type of activities that we are going in for. He is the person to be appreciated, and really a wonderful personality we have been gifted. And he has been mentoring us with all necessary inputs, all necessary infrastructure facilities, and motivating us to undergo such types of programs. And our college management also has been providing with all necessary inputs, all necessary aspects. We thank them. Hopefully, the participants should have enjoyed all the 3 days. I'm sure from the feedback that I have seen and heard, really a wonderful task by these two eminent personalities in our institutions. Really, we are very happy. We are very joyous. Ebenezer sir, could you please put off your mic? Put off yours, Ebenezer. Thank you so much. We are receiving feedback from you. Thank you, participants. Thank you so much. You told that cost factor that is very, very menial. Yes, we VHNSN, we want to dissipate knowledge at low cost. Our mantra is low cost access to high quality education, and we have been dissipating knowledge right from the pandemic period. Many participants told that they want to come offline. The reach will be very less. When we come for offline, the reach will be very less. Now we have participants from Pune and other destinations, even from other countries. For them to come over to Virudhunagar, a remote place in southern Tamil Nadu, might be far from reach. This program must have a high reach to audience, high reach to many participants. We have registered more number of participants. I'm really happy over it. I wish this department conducts many more events like this. I wish this Department of Commerce SF, I'm really thankful to the head of the department, Professor Selvanathan. He has been off today because of some personal reasons and could not come to this forum. He's a very, very active person, has been engaging such type of programs. I also appreciate the faculties who have been shouldering his responsibilities today. Thank you, Sivasundari Madam, Raj Mohan, and other in this Balaji, and taking the helm on your shoulders. Thank you very much. Thank you very much to the Department of Commerce for to have done this wonderful task. Once again, thank you very much to Muthulashmi ma'am and Dr. Vijay Kumar. Thank you so much, both of you, for made this program a grand.
Thank you, sir. Thank you, sir.
Thank you so much, sir.
And I appreciate all the participants, wishing all the participants all necessary success in all their future endeavors. Best wishes. Thank you very much.
Thank you very much, sir.
Thank you, sir. Thank you, sir.
Thank you, sir.
Thank you.
Thank you, sir.
Now I invite Mr. R. Balaji sir to propose vote of thanks.
Good evening, everyone. It is my privilege to propose vote of thanks on this pleasant occasion. So, on behalf of the Department of Commerce, I extend a warm welcome to the people in the meet. First of all, I thank Almighty God for making this 3-day virtual research development program a grand success. My sincere thanks to management board members of our college for permitting us to conduct this program. Then I would like to express a deep sense of gratitude to our principal, Dr. P. Sundaramanin sir, for encouraging us to conduct this event in orderly manner. My wholehearted thanks to our self-finance coordinator, Dr. R. Palaniappan sir, who renders an support to us in making this program a successful one. I extend my gratitude to our honorable resource person, Dr. T. Vijay Kumar sir and Dr. S. Muthulashmi ma'am for sparing their valuable time with us. Thank you for giving a wonderful lecture on advanced research methodology and statistical analysis for social science. Thank you, highly inspiring with us. You remarkable depth of understanding of the subject matter lecture and exceptionally stimulating and informative one. Once again, my heartfelt thanks to both of you. I thank and congratulate all the participants for their active participation from various states. Thank you again for your attendance. We look forward to bring you and even more events in the future. Thank you once again for making a 3-day webinar a great success. We wish you all an advanced, healthy and prosperous new year. Thank you.
Thank you, Balaji sir.